I slept with both.
There are things that I feel like I can't compromise.
What is going to happen on the dramatic fantasy suites night this week on The Bachelor? Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We're gonna be breaking down some clips today from Fantasy Suites Week because it's going to get very, very crazy as Clayton reveals he slept with multiple women. But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I am your host and Bachelor expert, Zachary Reality, and we have two back-to-back nights of The Bachelor this week. Monday night being the Women Tell All, followed by Tuesday night's Fantasy Suites. The Bachelor has released a new preview where Clayton has reached his breaking point, and we are here to break it all down. In this first clip, we're going to show you guys Jesse Palmer is preparing the women for their dates this week. You know, just letting them know what's to be expected in the fantasy suites. So let's take a look and then let's talk about it.
The time in that fantasy suite could bring you two closer than you ever thought possible. Got the first date card right here. Wish you all the best of luck, and I hope to see all of you at the next rose ceremony.
Ooh, I mean, it's totally true though, because the fantasy suites is the first time that you have off-camera alone time with Clayton. So it's definitely something that I recommend all of the girls go into so that you can kind of get to know him off camera, and it's good for Clayton too to get to know the girls off camera. However, it also could open up the door to intimacy, which kind of complicates things because as we know, he's going to be sleeping with multiple women, and that's probably gonna cause some issues between the girls and Clayton, as we're gonna get into and as we'll see. But one thing I'm wondering is, do we think it matters who goes first? Would you guys care? Would you wanna be the first fantasy suite? Would you wanna be the second? Would you wanna be the third? I mean, it definitely could be very telling if he sleeps with someone after, like, then are they not the right one? Because if you sleep with someone in the first fantasy suite and you know it's your person, you don't really need to sleep with other people. So I probably would want to go last so that I knew where, you know, Clayton stood with the other girls and how intimate he was. So we're gonna have to kind of see how this plays out. We don't know the exact order of girls, but based on one of these next clips, it seems like Susie could have been the third girl. However, I do want to get into the rose ceremony where Clayton says, I was intimate with both of you, because we have a clip here. We've seen it before. We've been seeing it since Michelle's season, but now we have a little bit more context because we know who the final three girls are. So let's take a look.
But I was intimate with both of you.
Done. I've never felt pain like this before.
Wow, so we can clearly see that there's only two girls here in this clip. We have Gabby and we have Rachel. And Clayton saying, I was intimate with both of you. Both means two, which means Susie doesn't seem to be anywhere to be found. So I'm wondering if she ended up sending herself home on her own one-on-one date. So let's take a look at this next clip because it could be the end of Susie.
I slept with both.
There are things that I feel like I can't compromise.
She just completely destroyed me. My heart's not in it anymore. My heart's out.
She completely destroyed you. I mean, did you not just tell her that you slept with both women? Maybe you completely destroyed her. I kind of think at this point, Susie is going to self-eliminate because she gets the third fantasy suite date of the week, and then obviously it seems like he's telling her on the dinner portion of the date that he slept with Gabby and Rachel, which I guess is the right thing to do so that she's prepared before she accepts the fantasy suite date, because, you know, just because you go on the date doesn't mean you have to go into fantasy suites. We have seen people in the past, you know, not go in the fantasy suites because they're not comfortable with that. So it seems like Susie is going to be leaving, which probably warrants this reaction from Clayton where he's breaking down and he's in the same jacket. So we know he's gonna freak out, and I just don't think he has any reason to freak out at Susie. I mean, Susie, I would do the same thing if Clayton said that to me. So, I mean, really? Either way, he's going to be continuing his relationships with Gabby and Rachel because they get to the rose ceremony a couple days later. What is going to happen next? I don't know. We don't know how Rachel and Gabby are going to react. It seems like they are breaking down crying, which is very much expected after you find that information out, because it kind of takes away from your time with Clayton. If you had an intimate time with him and you're in love with him and he tells you he's falling in love with you, and then you find out that your friend sleeping in this, the same hotel as you, also was intimate with him. I mean, it's gonna complicate things. It's going to make things crazy. We know this is going to be a very dramatic ending. And I mean, who even knows if Clayton is going to end up engaged? There is a picture, that we saw of the ring and the final rose ceremony, but we don't have much context into it. We're gonna break that down later this week on Shared News. But as of now, it's going to be a crazy fantasy suites night from what we know. And I mean, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments what your predictions are, how you think this is all going to play out. I also think this could be Susie's opportunity to become the next Bachelorette. I mean, it's a pretty good story. So let us know what you guys think. And before you go, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality. My social media handles on the screen right now, so be sure to give me a follow. Come say hello. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.